quick. What's going on with y'all? I do want to say this. I don't know if it's just me. We're going to get into a couple of topics. But first of all, are y'all experiencing what I'm experiencing out here? I'm saying it to say that, bruh, paying bills has become difficult. You know what I mean? Like all that, like we gonna get into, bro. Is it just me? It's like the automated system. It's like, do y'all want the money or not? Why is y'all making it hard to pay a bill? Am I bugging? I feel like y'all making it hard to pay bills, bro. Like, I don't know. Shout out to everybody. I do want to say this. I ended up seeing some of the battles from Summer Madness again. Shout out to all the people that's following me on Twitter. Shout out to everybody in battle rap. I don't know how y'all are getting these battles. You know what I mean? But a lot of these people got their own like personal VOD. Smack, Beasley, URL. I don't know what y'all gonna do, man. Y'all got us paying for this caffeine and there's no VOD. You know, it's kind of like, it feels like you're getting robbed. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. I don't know. Shout out to y'all, but it feels like you're getting robbed. Yeah, I got the app. You pay like the 250 something coins or whatever to see the battles. You see the battles and it's just live. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like, yo, where's the VOD? We getting accustomed to VOD and y'all don't have a VOD. That's not right for people that want to see the battles over again. Maybe they may have missed the battle, a part of the battle because y'all done started late or so. You know what I'm saying? Like at a different event. I don't know. You know, but I think y'all really need to get on board with VODs. You know, why do I keep doing this? You know what I'm saying? Shout out. I do want to say, as far as EAZY, you had a really, just kind of just like, I brushed over a couple of battles, you know what I mean? But I do want to say like some of the ones I've seen over again. EAZY, you did a really good job. You know, I don't care what nobody says. Like you got that first round between you and Rum Nitty. And this is kind of like a question because it's like people want to see Rum Nitty versus Low Deluxe, but he barely beat EAZY, you know, and people aren't talking about he barely beat him. You know what I mean? Like if EAZY's third round would have been geared towards Ace, or if he didn't mess up in a second, like stumbling around, I mean, this battle could have been like 2-1 either way. You know what I mean? But I feel like EAZY, like your third round wasn't towards Nitty at all, but I think you did really well. Like, so you looking at Ace and you thinking like, yo, like how did he do on Summer Madness? Is this enough? I think he did enough to make people okay with seeing him again. You know what I mean? And you didn't die to a Rum Nitty. So shout out to you. I also seen the battle back, Hollow the Down versus New Jersey Twerk. Hollow did not win that battle. What is y'all doing, bro? This battle was hard to watch just because it was so long. Like New Jersey Twerk's first round was crazy long, bro. But, you know, pause, whatever y'all want to say. But he won that battle. That battle was really clear. I watched back John the Down versus T-Top because I couldn't really choose between them yesterday because it was like I felt like both of them lost the second round. I think T-Top got the first round clearly, and then the third round they weren't really that good. You know what I'm saying? But on the watch back, I got John the Down winning the battle the second and the third round. The first time I seen it, I had T-Top winning the battle the first and the third. But the second time I watched it, I had John the Down winning. I did watch Tay-Rock versus Av again. Shout out to Rock. Rock, you had a really good first round, bro. Really good first round. Like that EFB, like you were playing off of that. Like that was pretty dope, man. You still lost though. Like you still lost, but that was a really good. I see people on Twitter, they trying to give you the battle. I seen the interview you had, and you saying like, yo, you think you won 2-1 or something like that. You still think you won the battle. There's gonna be people arguing for Rock for this, but I don't think you can really. Like, if you being real, like, he didn't win this battle, bro. He lost the first 2 rounds. Rock did get the third round. I see a lot of people saying he got 30. He got the third round. So if you want to argue for Rock, I think the argument would more than likely have to be the second and the third. I don't think it's the first and the third. I think you have to argue the second and the third. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Rock got that battle. I think he lost it. Shout out to Av. You know what I mean? You might be taking my, Twitter kind of wrong because I'm kind of mad. You know what I'm saying? I lost some money, a couple $100 on that battle. I felt like Rock would win that battle going into it, but I actually lost. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of ratting on Twitter. But Av, you won that battle, bro. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you. I think right now he's calling out Hollow the Don. I don't know. We'll see. As far as Disaster, I didn't watch that again, man. I'm not about to watch that battle again. I see him online talking about. I think he did an interview with. It may have been Hip Hop Is Real, and he's blaming Easy the Block Captain. He said that these are. He blaming Easy. He said these are Easy's fans. This ain't fair. This ain't. Nah, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't no. They tried. That crowd tried to rock with you. They did. You know what I mean? They really tried to rock with you. As far as, Disaster, I see that JIMZ is going at Disaster. Y'all remember that Disaster kind of, you know, he tried to cancel JIMZ, right? Because, the whole culture was like trying to cancel JIMZ and all that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Let me see if I can pull up exactly what JIMZ said. All right? Y'all gonna be surprised what JIMZ just said. So he's trying to get his get back with Disaster. You know what I'm saying? Disaster had a problem with JIMZ. So this is what JIMZ goes ahead and he says, right? So JIMZ is active on Twitter again. He goes ahead and he posts, he says loud. So he's got Disaster saying, the sand N-word, right? And he's got like a video of it playing, right? Let me see if I can show y'all this. You know what I mean? Hold on, make sure I have no banking information on here and nothing like that. So this is what he got. So he got Disaster up here saying the N-word or whatever. So he says, loud and proud, not 10 years ago, 10 hours ago. And then he's saying crickets. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he feeling like, yo, Disaster, you know what I mean? You trying to cancel me. And what I said was 10 years ago. What you said is, more recent. I don't know. I think what Disaster and JIMZ did is different. I think it's different. The baby and the monkey thing, like that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then it was a whole period of time to where you just didn't, you know what I'm saying? You was going in on black people. What Disaster did, he was trying to tell a story that didn't hit because he's going at the, you know what I'm saying? He going at the crowd. He going at everybody. He's just losing this. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he's trying to tell a story of what somebody called him a sand N-word. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know some people use that derogatory word for like Arabians or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's right, but that's what they do. But that's what Disaster was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But, either way, I don't like Disaster. You be on King of the Dot, Disaster. You can't be saying that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be saying that, bro. It just don't, and then you like, I said it, like you can't be saying that, bro. But I think both of the situations is completely different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think, he going at Diz right now. I think Jim's situation was worse. You know what I mean? I think it was a lot worse. You know what I mean? But you, Disaster, you on stage going, I don't know, bro. How they gonna receive? I do feel like some people, y'all acting like Disaster is not white. He not white, bro. You know what I'm saying? He not. I'm not saying like it's. I don't know. It's kind of. Have y'all been around like some Arabian people? I'm just saying what it. They be saying it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like unheard. Like they be saying it in different places. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like he not white. Like he not. Disaster's not a white person, bro. You know what I mean? So I don't know, like, how, people just, I get it, man. Like, it's a sensitive culture. Everybody just want to be mad at something. But at the same time, Disaster, you did say it before, and people just don't, because of the side that you really rock with, it just don't, like, if you was super hood or something, you know what I mean? And then they might I don't know, bro. You shouldn't have said it, bro. You should have said it, Disaster. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't know what you're trying to do. You talking to Knowledge the guy, talking about you had this whole setup, and you was excited to talk about this, bro. You can't, I don't know. Shout out to Disaster. But him and JIMZ is a completely different situation. That's all I want to say about that. As far as Remy Ma, she dropped the trailer for I Do What I Want. You know what I mean? So this is what the battles are going to be. So she's got Easy the Block Captain, right? Then she's got A-Ward versus Charlie Clips. Then she's got Rosenberg Raw versus Shayna Ashley. That is an interesting battle. You know what I'm saying? That's an interesting battle. Rosenberg Raw versus Shayna Ashley. That's interesting. Because Shayna hasn't really lost a battle in long. And then Rosenberg's been doing really good. So I'm curious to see who would actually win that battle. And then she's got C3 versus First Lady Flames. So C3, she's been doing good on her league, and First Lady Flame, she had a pretty good performance Remy, I don't know who she listening to, but I messaged her and was just like, yo, I texted her, I messaged her, whatever. And I was just like, yo, Shayna Ashley, I feel like she needs, I'm not saying she doing this because of me, but I was, I'm one of the people that told her like Shayna Ashley needs another look, because of the battle with Tori Doe screwing up and, all that. And Shayna Ashley's kind of, that's not fair for her. And so she got Shayna Ashley on the card, so shout out to her. And then she kind of ended the video dope. You know what I mean? I'm going to save that for y'all. Y'all go watch it. She basically just showing why she one of the baddest females in the game. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Remy Ma. As far as this card, I do what I want. It's not a bunch of mega matches. A Ward versus Charlie Clips, they already had a one-rounder, and C3 versus First Lady Flame, Shayna Ashley versus Rosenberg Raw, and EAZY versus Geechee. I feel like EAZY versus Geechee is the battle that everybody wants to see anyway. So it would kind of be purposeless to have like another crazy matchup. You know what I mean? You're spending wild money when everybody just want to see that battle anyway. You know what I'm saying? And then we don't want to, I'm getting fatigued. I don't know about y'all. I'm getting fatigued when you're watching all these events and there's wild battles. You know what I mean? It'd be nice to just see like a few battles, see what you want to see, and move on. So I don't know. I'm not really mad at it. I do what I want. It's not a mega card. It's just a couple battles that might be dope. As far as A Ward, if he loses to Verb, he loses to Verb and then he lost to Frack, I think this can kill some momentum for people who may want to see him versus Charlie Clips. I don't really want to see that. But maybe people want to see it. I'm a Charlie Clips fan, but that's not a battle I want to see. I feel like I've seen A Ward too much, and then like the marketing constantly, every day, talking about A Ward. You know what I'm saying? He's marketing his battle. It's like, after this versus Verb and A Ward, I don't want to see A Ward for a minute. And this ain't his fault. It's just like, we hearing your name so much, bro. So I don't know. Shout out to you, but we do got Real Breed Entertainment. They're going to be having a card coming up, so we'll see how that's going to be. As far as, do I think that card may be better than, because Summer Madness wasn't really that good, bro. It wasn't really that good. You got the standout performances from Jerry West. I think he did good. Av did really good. I think it's basically like Jerry West and Av that did really good. Fonz did really good too. You know what I'm saying? I didn't watch that battle again, Fonz versus Shotgun. I felt Fonz won that battle super clear, so it's like, ain't no real reason to watch it again. But other than that, Summer Madness was okay. John versus, wasn't it, T-Top? I didn't really like that battle too much. And then you had Disaster versus Real Sick. I didn't really like that battle too much. Real Sick did really good. I don't know. I can't really say. Because, the second round was funny, bro, from Disaster. And then, like, just the whole meltdown, like, it was entertaining. I'm going to say that the one thing you can say about Disaster is he's very entertaining. You know what I mean? So when you book it in Disaster, this is kind of what you get, what you expect, like a whole fallout, meltdown, nervous breakdown, going crazy, after battle marketing. It's the Disaster. It's like everything that goes along with Disaster is what you're going to get. So I can't really, it was interesting to watch the fallout of that whole battle. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Summer Madness, if I had to rate it from, 0 to 10, I'll probably give it maybe a 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really, I didn't think it was that dope. I think Real Breed Entertainment, their battles may end up being better. Like, they might have better battles than that. I don't know. I think Goods versus Calico is probably going to be a really good battle. And then you got Ill Will versus Hitman Holla. That's probably going to be a really good battle. And then you got A Ward versus Verb. Verb doing all this marketing. He is not about to get in there and let A Ward kill him. So that might be a good battle. I do want to see Head Ice versus Show Off. Shout out to Show Off. RX versus QB Black Diamond might be a good battle. So we'll see, and then the announcement, I don't know if they're going to announce it soon or if this is just going to be a surprise battle. It's like a legend on the card, you know what I'm saying? So that might be an all right battle. So I think all in all, they may end up having, we just guessing right now. They may end up having a better event, than Summer Madness. You know what I'm saying? So I also do want to say shout out to DNA. He's taking this loss very well. against Jerry West. You know what I'm saying? Very, very well. He's not trying to make excuses for it. I do want to put that out there because a lot of times battlers make excuses. They still try to say they won. We're seeing it now. You know, people losing clearly. They still saying they won. You know, and he's just like, yo, like he was the better person that night. You know, I just couldn't do, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't perform how I usually perform. He was just a better person, you know, and he's a great person, you know what I'm saying? And he, you know, he did what he needed to do. And I don't want to take nothing away from him with no excuses. So I think that DNA is very admirable what you did. You know what I'm saying? If a battle's close, yeah. You know, just argue for yourself. Like for Rock, for instance. Like the battle's like, I don't really think this battle that close. You know, I'm gonna keep it real. I seen it again. I don't think it's as close as people saying. Rock just is very. The thing with Tay Rock, I'll say this: he's like the total battle rapper, right? Like when you looking at like URL, when you watching battles like before this battle, right? You had John the Don versus T-Top. You had Hollow the Don versus Twerk. Hollow kind of didn't really show up, you know what I mean? Twerk kind of walked him down, right? And then you had EAZY versus Rum Nitty. Ace had moments, but he was stumbling in the second and all that. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't get, until you got to Jerry West and DNA to where it started getting like, you know, competitive. But then you had like Rock and Av. Like Rock is showing you like, yo, this is a clean performance. You know what I'm saying? A super clean performance, bars, everything. Like I'm, you know what I mean? I'm giving my fans what they are paying for. You know, so when you see like a super clean performance from Rock, you know what I'm saying, and a great performance from Av, it's like, yo, you just want to give them the battle. You know what I mean? But he didn't beat Av, bro. Like Av won that battle. Shout out to Rock. Shout out to Rock. Av won the battle. It is what it is. But shout out to everybody. I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Are y'all going to buy Chrome 23s? I do what I want. I'm watching it. I will watch it. I heard EAZY, he was in the trailer talking about, yeah, this battle got moved to Philly because I do what I want. It got moved to Philly because of me. You know what I'm saying? And Geechee, he's in the trailer talking. He's like, yo, like me and EAZY ain't from Philly. You know, so this is a away game for both of us. He talking, you know, so don't trip.